Hi everyone, so this is American Priest, and on this lesson I'm going to give a magic exercise. It can be thought of as magic, it can be thought of as prayer, it can be thought of as computer science and programming something into your consciousness or into the universal consciousness. However you think about it, this is a way in which all these things are related, and including the art of manifestation stuff that gets in books like The Secret. Ultimately, it's really just all the same thing. But to start out as an example, I'll start traditional and then I'll move towards more specific to our purposes here or what your purposes might be. So I'll start with the Christian tradition and going back into bodily prayer. One example of bodily prayer would be standing up and saying, Our Father, then dropping to your knees and saying, Who art in heaven, and then prostrating on the ground from your knees, hallowed be thy name. So to keep that simple, you're standing up, you have your hands clasped together, your fingertips pointed up, and you're saying, Our Father. Then you drop to your knees, and your torso's still in the same position. The only difference is instead of standing up, you're kneeling, and you say, Who art in heaven. And then the third step would be bowing down so that your hands and supposedly your head are touching the ground. Hallowed be thy name. So that's a quick one. Now, the process of standing up and dropping to your knees, I think, can sometimes be a difficult transition, and you end up putting all the effort of this exercise into just having a smooth transition of kneeling down. So let's say we're going to start kneeling down. We're going to start kneeling, and your torso would just basically be vertical, and your legs, the lower half of your legs would be on the ground. So you'd be making a right angle in just that kneeling prayer pose. And so you could start with your hands out to the sides, palms facing forward, and you could say, Our Father, then bring the hands to your front and touch them, who art in heaven, and then bend your elbows so that your hands go back to your chest, hallowed be thy name. And then you could kneel down and say, Your kingdom come. And the point is, you can do this basically with everything. So whether it's a prayer you're using or whether it's a exercise to basically achieve physical immortality, and much of my work on YouTube is about physical immortality and attracts audiences that are interested in physical immortality or alchemy or magic or esoterica. So for those purposes, one way you could do it is to use the phrase that's a statement that you're basically programming into your mind and your body, because as we've mentioned before in these videos, the entire problem of death is caused because of the belief that you will die, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's basically a self-fulfilling prophecy that has been written in to Western culture for thousands of years. So to undo it is going to take some reprogramming. So using the phrase, I am a physical immortal, I am a physical immortal, you could start in that kneeling prayer pose and say, I am, and then prostrate down onto the ground, a physical immortal. And you could just basically do that over and over. Even count to 100 times, and you're saying it out loud, so you're speaking it, and you're hearing yourself speak it, and your body is making movements that are traditionally religious ritual movements that have been programmed into our evolution, and you're doing all of those at the same time to basically program yourself to be immortal. Obviously, it's going to take doing that every day for a long time, to start feeling and reaping the benefits. But would doing that 100 times a day be that difficult? I don't think so. I think it could be done. And of course, it goes without saying that the phrase is only what you want to achieve, but you say it in the present tense as if it's already true, and you program yourself in the present tense. Whatever it may be. It does not have to be about physical immortality or our Father who art in heaven. It could really be whatever you want. The idea is the same. You say it out loud, you hear it, the body accompanies it, and it all begins to act in unison to basically write that program into your neural system. So thanks for listening. I'll have some more videos soon. Hope everybody's well out there. Take care.